Welcome to the Cheer Athlete. Today we're going to talk about male cheerleaders and my perception, which is purely my own opinion on male cheerleaders, which you can skip the end if you want to. I fully support it. Welcome to the Cheer Athlete podcast, where we bring coaches, parents, and athletes expert tips and advice to help keep cheerleaders healthy, strong, and at the top of their game. Now let's go. If you don't know me, I'm Laura Turner, and I'm a doctor of physical therapy. I'm a cheer coach, and I'm a former cheer coach and cheerleader, and I'm a certified functional strength coach. And I help cheerleaders and parents and coaches navigate injuries and prevent injuries in cheerleading. And my hope is that all cheerleaders want to stay cheering through college and potentially and beyond. So back in let's see, I graduated college in 1991, and that's when the Patriots cheerleaders started to revamp their program. They had them way before, but my whole time in college, they didn't have them. And in 1991, they built the team again, and they were looking for tryouts. And I had planned to go to the initial tryouts. Now, looking back, I don't think I would have made it. I was not that good of a dancer. I was not that good of a cheerleader, and it wasn't going to be for me. But I still kind of regret because I decided at the last minute that I was more important for me to go hang out with my senior class than to go to tryouts. And it was the right thing for me to do at the time. But cheerleading has been making a comeback in professional sports, not just football. I'm going to talk football because that's what I Googled a little bit, but it's been around for a long time. And what I feel is different is I think the cheer teams of the professional sports are a little bit more dance teams than actual cheerleading, what we consider cheerleading on the sidelines of a high school or college football game or a Pop Warner game. And certainly not, we consider cheerleading an all-star. But that doesn't take away from their talent. It doesn't take away from their amazing ability. When I was in high school, my senior year in high school, it's well known. You can look back at further episodes. I got cut my second semester of my senior year, but the first semester of my senior year, I we had cheering football in the fall season, and we had four guys that were on the team. They were basketball players that wanted to be on the sidelines of the football game, and we all were friends with them. So we like, come and cheer with us. And so we had four guys on the team. Now, back in the day, we were not doing all the crazy stuff that they're doing now, but it certainly gave us a different outlet. We could build a little bit differently with the guys on the team. And they learned the cheers. They did minimal for arm motions, but they did motions and they yelled with their megaphones. And that's what we consider traditional cheerleading. Guys have been in cheerleading for forever. They started cheerleading. This part I didn't look up on Google. So this is just from my memory. And if I'm wrong, call me out on it. Just send me a message on Instagram and just let me know, hey, no, your facts are wrong. I'm not going to state statistics because I don't know. I don't really care about statistics all that much. I should, but does it change anything? No. But we do know that, you know, way back in the day, probably in the 50s, 60s, maybe, cheerleading became a thing. And the first guy, Herky, was one of the first guys to start yelling cheers at a game. In the 60s and later, cheerleading became more popular, and there were more guys on the sideline yelling chants, yelling cheerleading, yelling cheers, and trying to get the crowd involved. And so, guys on the sidelines of football games has been there forever, as far as my lifetime goes. And then the popularity of it has grown. Girls, Title IX came, girls kind of took over, girls got involved. It became more of a female sport, and more women were doing it. And we kind of grew in popularity as well as co-ed. Now, so I just told you about my high school experience. In college, when I first started cheering, it was we were straight on 8-and-8 co-ed team. We had to recruit guys. We would be in so we had a quad that we practiced in the fall until it got cold enough that we could find racquetball space to go and practice. But we, so we would, hey, you look like you maybe played football in high school. We want to come and lift some girls and come and hang out and see what this is all about. And we got guys to come to practice and we got them to try out and we started building. And but that had been going on for years before I started cheering at Northeastern. And we just kept that going. And my coach kept that going throughout her entire, so she left almost 20 years after I left. She was there and it was still a full on co-ed team and they won nationals in 2002. And now, so it's just kept growing. And those college teams are what we see, the building, the strength they have, the tumbling that they have progressed. Um, it's just been amazing. And how the sport has actually grown through the years is just incredible. And I 100% support all girl teams, and the things that they're doing is amazing and they're so strong. But since this conversation is about male cheerleaders in the NFL, and this all came about because I heard something silly and how people are upset that Minnesota has three guys, I think, two or three guys on their professional cheer team. I'm like, it's like my opinion. It's purely my opinion, and it's okay if you disagree with me. But this is such a stupid argument. I shouldn't use the word stupid, right? This is such a silly argument. Like, what is the big deal? There are guys on the sidelines of a professional football game. This has been going on for forever. You watch college sports, there are guys in cheerleading on the sidelines. And, the population that I'm talking to, you guys, I know you get it. Like, this is not that big of a deal. Um, but I hope, as you talk to your friends and air, people are arguing like, why are they having the guys there? Like, I hope you're responding and rebuking them and like, the guys have been on the sidelines forever and have been cheering forever. And so what's the big deal? It's nothing unusual. That was huge when I was cheering, like that was like, I don't know a world that I wasn't cheering a co-ed team. That was just normal in my mind. And it made it a lot more fun. Let me tell you, when I got to coaching high school, I in the fall we were actually all girl, in the winter we had co-ed. And I love my girls amazing in the fall, like incredibly in the fall. They worked their hearts out. And they weren't competing in the fall before I had gotten there, and we competed all girl in the fall and co-ed in the winter. When the guys came, the hormone levels just kind of chilled and everybody just kind of blended and it just flowed a little bit more. That's just normal humanity. It just, there's not as much angst when we can all just be there, and it changes. Of course, change of season too, that helps. So the point there, like I've always known co-ed. I think it's very normal. I think kudos to all the NFL teams. I think this is what I Googled. There are 12, according to Google, teams now that have male cheerleaders. And I think the difference and probably what people is arguing about is that they are more dance oriented. So when you look at the college cheerleaders, they're not necessarily dancing as much, at least on the sidelines, as they are at a Patriots game. And the Patriots are a team that have a male cheerleader as well. Patriots is my team. Let's go. As we start football season. So, it's a growing trend. I think they said 2018 was the first male cheerleader on the professional football team, and it's just continued to grow since there. I think people need to get over it and just embrace it. Like, enjoy the process. These guys are incredible dancers. I haven't been to a game with a male cheerleader, professional game with a male cheerleader. Pat's just started, fairly recently. And I haven't been to a game recently. So I don't know what else they're doing besides dance. These guys in Minnesota, the clip that I saw, they are amazing dancers. They can move much better than I can, and they should. They're a lot younger. But they have the mobility. They were tumbling. They have the strength. They're amazing to watch. And in the choreography with everybody there, like it's just fun to watch. And so enjoy it. What is the big deal? And what does it hurt anybody? So that's my opinion, and maybe it's an unpopular opinion for some. Um, I don't think it's unpopular in our circles. I think um, the I think we know as cheer athletes that this is, it's just is. But I hope people can get over it and can really accept and embrace it because they're here to stay, and it's just growing the sport more. And I personally would love to see some more stunting and tumbling on the sidelines, but I'm not a coach and I don't run the NFL, and the dancers are amazing to watch too, and I enjoy watching them too. So I'd love to see a combination of both. The Celtics um, basketball team in Boston, they have both. They have a dance team, and they have cheerleaders, and they have a co-ed cheer team that comes out and performs at timeouts, and kind of sporadically. So they have both. Um, and I'd love to be able to see that again and just keep that growing so that more kids have the opportunity to keep cheering and doing what we love along the way. I just noticed that I have my Move Better sign up instead of my cheer athlete and cheer PT background. So it is what it is. My dad's been in the hospital in and out, and has needed a lot of like attention. And so I'm kind of distracted these days. So if you're noticing that, please bear with me. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He's a trooper. Um, but it's just been a lot on my plate. And I didn't even notice until just now that my screensaver is in my background says Move Better, but Move Better is my company. And so it's still me. I hope as you are getting your kids back to school and you are starting into the fall season and everybody's getting crazy, and you probably have parents that you have to take care of and kids that you're running around after and homework that you have to keep up after, and you're getting into choreography, that you take some time for yourself. We're going right now into Labor Day of 2025, and I hope you take some time to just relax and enjoy, be with your family, let yourself sit and celebrate life. So I hope you enjoy and have a great week. Sorry for all this disruption. It's just life. This is life, back and forth. And I go through it too. Anyways, I hope you have a great week. Don't forget, when in doubt, breathe out. I need to remind myself that today. You can do anything you put your mind to. You uh, take life one step at a time. And remember, as my friend Drew Keller said, you're responsible for your own vibes. So go get the day.